Sabihin mo lang, teka. Nakasara yung zipper. Malakad ako ng lakad. Kita yung brief. Okay na? Teka, wala pa. Kita gala ni Ronald. Kailan linggo ito? Kalima, no? Nung Sunday, nalito ako. Ang 4th or 5th kasi nahanda ako yung 5th Sunday. Napabattle ako ng ika-apat. Bilog ng gulay. Kalima. Ika-apat. Hindi kasi ako yung naghahanda ng Bible study. Kaya yung huling isip ko, 5th Sunday. Isang take lang to. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Kamusta na kayo? Sana'y kung saan kayo inabot ng aking pagbating ito, kayong lahat, kasama na inyong mga pamilya, ay nasa mabuting kalagayan. At aking pinagpasya na patuloy ang ating pag-aaral ng salita ng Diyos, lalo na sa mga panahong ito na lahat tayo ay nasa bahay. Nang sa gayon, para bang nagre-recollection na rin tayo, binibigyan natin ang ating mga sarili ng oras, masigit na oras para sa paglilimi ng salita ng Diyos sa darating na linggo. Kaya katulad na ating nakagawian, tayong lahat ay sabay-sabay magdasal, anyayahan ng banal na Espiritu para sa isang oras na ating pagbabahagi at pag-aaral ng kanyang salita. Sabay-sabay nating dasalin ngayon at hingin ang pamamatnubay ng banal na Espiritu. Breathe into me, Holy Spirit, that my thoughts may all be holy. Move in me, Holy Spirit, that my work too may be holy. Attract my heart, Holy Spirit, that I may love only what is holy. Strengthen me, Holy Spirit, that I may defend all that is holy. Protect me, Holy Spirit, that I may always be holy. Amen. Ang ebanghelyong ating babasahin sa linggong darating ay hango sa ebanghelyo ni San Juan. The sisters of Lazarus sent word to Jesus, saying, Master, the one you love is ill. When Jesus heard this, he said, This illness is not to end in death, but is for the glory of God, that the Son of God may be glorified through it. Now, Jesus loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. So when he heard that he was ill, he remained for 2 days in the place where he was. Then after this, he said to his disciples, Let us go back to Judea. When Jesus arrived, he found that Lazarus had already been in the tomb for 4 days. When Martha heard that Jesus was coming, she went to meet him. But Mary sat at home. Martha said to Jesus, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But even now I know that whatever you ask of God, God will give you." Jesus said to her, "Your brother will rise." Martha said to him, "I know he will rise in the resurrection on the last day." Jesus told her, "I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, even if he dies, will live. And everyone who lives and believes in me will never die." "Do you believe this?" She said to him, "Yes, Lord. I have come to believe that you are the Christ, the Son of God, the one who is coming into the world." He became perturbed and deeply troubled and said, "Where have you laid him?" They said to him, "Sir, come and see." And Jesus wept. So the Jews said, "See how he loved him." But some of them said, "Could not the one who opened the eyes of the blind man have done something so that this man would not have died?" So Jesus, perturbed again, came to the tomb. It was a cave, and a stone lay across it. Jesus said, "Take away the stone." Martha, the dead man's sister, said to him, "Lord, by now there will be a stench. He has been dead for 4 days." Jesus said to her, "Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God?" So they took away the stone. And Jesus raised his eyes and said, "Father, I thank you for hearing me. I know that you always hear me. But because of the crowd here, I have said this, that they may believe that you sent me." And when he had said this, he cried out in a loud voice, "Lazarus, come out." The dead man came out, tied hand and foot with burial bands, and his face was wrapped in a cloth. So Jesus said to them, "Untie him and let him go." Now, many of the Jews who had come to Mary and seen what he had done began to believe in him. Tumigil muna tayo sandali. Pagbalikan natin ang ating binasa. Tingnan, suriin kung ano ang salita o mga salita o pangungusap kaya na nakatimo sa ating isipan at puso. Anyayahan natin ang ating Panginoon na mangusap sa mga salitang ito. Tumahimik muna tayo sandali. Sa panahong ito ng social distancing, ako'y nagagalak sapagkat patuloy pa rin tayong magkakaugnay sa pag-aaral ng salita ng Diyos kahit na tayo hiwa-hiwalay sa pamamagitan ng social networking. Nung isang linggo, nung isang Martes, ako'y nag-iwan ng tanong. At ang tanong na iyon ay, kung ating pagbabalikan, anong kapistahan ng mga Hudyo ang nasa likod ng salaysay tungkol sa pagpapagaling ni Jesus sa lalaking isinilang na bulag? Iniwan ko ito sa inyo at sinabi ko kung inyong alam ang sagot ay ipadala lamang sa telephone number na naka-flash sa inyong screen. Ang sagot diyan ay Feast of Tabernacles o kaya man ay Feast of Sukkoth. At may mga nagpadala ng kanilang mga sagot. Inisip ko, dahil wala nga kayo dito sa loob ng simbahan at nakikinig lang kayo sa inyong mga tahanan, ay kukuha ako ng 3 sumagot, yung unang 3 tamang sagot. At ito, ang mga pangalan ng mga nagsisagot ng tama, yung unang 3. Ilalagay ko rito, ipa-flash ko yung inyong mga pangalan at pagka natapos na ang social distancing at tayo muli magkikita-kita dito sa loob ng simbahan, ay pakikuha na lang po ang inyong special na regalo dahil sa inyong pagsagot sa office. Hanapin lamang si Ate Emmy. At ang 3 pangalang ito ay sina Dalisay Gonzalvo, Rose Villanca, at Joseph Season. Inuulit ko, Dalisay, Rose, and Joseph. Mangyaring kunin na lamang ninyo ang inyong mga sorpresa pag natapos na ang ating quarantine na ito sa pagbabalik ninyo sa loob ng simbahan. Samantala, patuloy tayo ngayon sa ating pag-aaral ng Ebanghelyo sa darating na linggo. Ang Ebanghelyong babasahin ay mahaba. Pero merong mas maiksi na version. At yun ang kaninang binasa ko, the short version. And we're going to work on this short version now. And it starts, the verse starts with this. The sisters of Lazarus sent word to Jesus, saying, Master, the one you love is ill. Hindi binanggit dito sa ating versikulo yung sisters, mga kapatid na babae ni Lazarus. Pero sa mga nagbabasa sa inyo at pamilyar sa Biblia, alam niyo kung sino yung tinutukoy na 2 kapatid na babae ni Lazarus. Sino nga ba yun? Tama. Si Martha at si Mary. Ang pangalan ng kapatid nila binanggit dito, yung may sakit, si Lazarus. At alam natin kung taga saan itong 3 magkakapatid na ito. They are from Bethany. Ngayon, sa inyong screen, makikita ninyo yung aerial view of 4 places. Temple Mount, nasa Jerusalem yan. Mount of Olives. If you notice, between Temple Mount and Mount of Olives, parang may kanal, and that's the valley. Temple Mount is on a hill. Yung nakaturong Mount of Olives is also a hill. Now, up on the Mount of Olives, nearby is Bethphage. Bethany, if you're going down again, the valley, that's the place of Martha, Mary, and Lazarus. So, ang lapit ng bahay nila sa Jerusalem. Now, the name is Lazarus. That's the Greek form of the Hebrew name Eleazar. And Eleazar in Hebrew means God helps. Kung makakatulong sa atin ang pangalan ni Lazarus sa pag-unawa sa istoryang ito, para bang sinasabi sa atin, nabanggit na rin lamang, Lazarus is ill, the one whom you love, ang sabi ng magkapatid kay Jesus, the one whom you love is ill. So let me take it from the name Lazarus, God helps. So I am suspecting, tutulong ang Diyos sa sakit ni Lazaro. Okay, so that's a clue. But do you notice something? Yung magkapatid, nung sinabi nila kay Jesus na may sakit si Lazaro, hindi nila binanggit ang pangalan ng kanilang kapatid. But they used an appellative, parang titulo, na siyang, kung inyong pagmamasdang mabuti, ay siyang napakagandang titulo of a believer in relation to Jesus Christ. The one you love is ill. Katulad ng binanggit ko, ito ang isang napakagandang titulo na sana'y mababanggit din sa akin, sa inyo, habang tayo nabubuhay. Na may nagdasal kay Jesus at sinabing, the one you love, and that is you. That's the best title I could ever have. I am a priest. And thanks be to God na ako'y isang pare. Grasya yun ng Diyos. Kayo rin naman, tinawag kayo sa inyong mga estado sa buhay. Asawa kayo ng inyong kasama ngayon sa bahay. Ang anak ninyong kasama nyo rin siguro sa bahay ay inyong minamahal. But it is an honor to be called the one whom Jesus loves. Ay may sakit. Yan, hindi natin alam kung gaano katindi ang kanyang sakit. Pero ating iniisip, mukhang grabe yung sakit. Kasi nagpadala ng balita ang magkapatid kay Jesus na, may sakit ang iyong minamahal. So the verse continues. When Jesus heard this, he said, this illness is not to end in death, but for the glory of God. Naniniwala ba kayo sa mga salita ni Jesus? Kasi kung kayo yung sinabihan ni Jesus tungkol dito, alam ninyo na inyong kapatid ay matindi ang sakit. And then Jesus telling you, hindi ito mauuwi sa kamatayan because God is going to be glorified. At hindi lang ang Diyos ang mapapapurihan, mabibigyan ng karangalan. Binanggit din niya that the Son of God may be glorified through it. Dalawa ang binanggit na papupurihan at mabibigyan ng karangalan sa sakit na ito ni Lazaro. Ang Diyos and the Son of God. Do you trust Him in that? Kasi sa umpisa pa lang ng istorya, Jesus assured them, there will be no dying here. It will not end in death. That word, karangalan, sa Ingles, honor, in Hebrew is kavod. Sabay-sabay nga tayo. Kavod. Ang translation sa English is honor or respect. Actually, sa salitang Ebraiko, kavod means heavy. Mabigat. Mabigat hindi dahil mataba. Mabigat dahil ang daming nakasabit sa kanilang katawan. At noong panahong una, sino ba ang maraming nakasabit sa kanilang katawan? Sino ba ang mabigat dahil sa dami ng nakakaakibat sa kanilang katawan? Father, sino po ba yung mga yon? Bigyan ko ng sample. Corona. Ano pa? Mahabang damit. Ano pa? Mga diamante at mga alahas. Necklace, singseng, bracelet. Sa kamay at saka sa paa. Sino yung mga nakasuot ng ganon? Inyo pandagdagan ng setro. Sino yung mga may ganoong kasuotan? Hari at yung mayayaman. And therefore, someone who was heavy that time is, as it were, malaking karangalan. Dahil sila either hari o mayaman. Kavod. Now, pagbalikan natin sinabi ni Jesus, darating ang kamatayang, itong sakit na ito ni Lazaro ay hindi ito mauwi sa kamatayan, pero sa kabigatan ng Diyos at ng kanyang anak. It will be for the heavy weight that you are going to see, as it were, na parang sinasabi ni Jesus, a little bit while from now. But of course, ang pagsasalin sa Tagalog ay, at sa Ingles, sa Tagalog muna, karangalan, sa Ingles, respect and honor. And nagpatuloy ang istorya. Now, Jesus loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. So when he heard that he was ill, he remained for 2 days in the place where he was. Hindi ba kayo nagugulat? Kasi binanggit ng ating tagapagsalaysay na mahal ni Jesus ang magkakapatid. And then, walang kaginsa-ginsa, pinagpatuloy na ating tagapagsalaysay. Kaya si Jesus, he remained for 2 days in the place where he was. Ngayon, hindi natin alam kung nasaan siya nung naibalita ang pagkakasakit ni Lazaro. Pero parang katakataka. May sakit na yung kanyang mahal sa buhay, abay hindi pa pinuntahan kaagad. He stayed for some days. And ano kayang dahilan niya? We don't know what's the reason Jesus had for staying longer, na dapat siya nagdudumali at matulungan niya yung kanyang kaibigan, abay, hindi kaagad pumunta sa bahay. Pero I remember, if we are the reader, what Jesus said earlier, this illness will not end in death. Kasasabi lang, di ba? Do you trust Him in that? Kaya pag nagtanong ako, ba't hindi ka agad siya nagpunta? Ang tanong kong kasunod, do you remember what He said? The illness will not end in death. Tingnan natin kung ano sunod na nangyari. Then after this, He said to His disciples, let us go back to Judea. Ngayon, hindi natin alam kung gaano pa siya katagal na namalagi kung saan man siya naandoon. Pero bandang huli, sinabi niya, diretso na tayo sa ating paglalakbay, papunta sa Judea. That's where the place of Lazarus, Martha, and Mary was. Bethany. And Jesus arrived. He found that Lazarus had already been in the tomb for 4 days. Namatay ang kanyang kaibigan na nung una'y binalita sa kanya may sakit. Ngayon, kung sa inyong mangyari iyon, anong inyong pakiramdam kay Jesus? You're going to ask Him, sinabihan ka namin, hopefully sana nagdumali ka't pumunta. Patay na ngayon. For 4 days. Hindi lang siya patay for 4 days. He was already in the tomb for 4 days. What do you think is the feeling? Ito ngayon ang traditionally recognized as the tomb of Lazarus. Yan ang makikita nyo ngayon sa Bethany. Now, there is something about the burial custom in ancient times, especially the New Testament times. Ang mga libingan nila ay katulad nito. Akita nyo ba? Parang mga kuweba. In fact, kuweba nga itsura. And then at the mouth of the cave, there is a round stone. Yan ang pinakang pintuan nila. Pintuan ng buong libingan. So, kapag namatay ang isang tao, ibabalot nila yan sa isang malaki at mahabang tela. And then they will enter the cave. Sa loob ng cave, may libingan doon. Ihahanda nila yung katawan sa tela at ipapasok sa loob. And for 11 months, they will seal the cave, the tomb, with yung bilog na pintuang bato. 11 months. After noon, pagka nag-decompose na yung katawan, yung butong matitira, ilalagay nila yan sa isang kahon. Nakita nyo ba yung kahon sa screen? Ayun, nando sa harapan. Sarcophagus ang tawag dyan. And then, yung sarcophagus, ilalagay nila yan sa loob ng mga butas na nando sa loob, nasa libingang iyon. So you are seeing how, in the artist's illustration, tomb and burial custom was in the time of Jesus. And then, there is one note that I would like to share to you. This is from the teachings of the rabbi. The Genesis Rabbah, that's what Gen Rab means, 100, number 7. Meron silang paniniwala, and this one can help us understand the text. They say, until 3 days, after death. The soul keeps on returning to the grave, thinking that it will go back into the body. But when it sees that the facial features have become disfigured, it departs and abandons it. That means the body. Okay, pagbalikan natin. Tingnan nyo. Ayon sa kanilang paniniwala noon, kapag namatay ang isang tao, 3 araw, matapos ng kanyang kamatayan, yung kaluluwa, iikot-ikot yan sa puntod kung saan naandoon yung patay na katawan. At anong gusto niyang gawin? Hoping itong kaluluwang ito na makakapasok siya pabalik doon sa loob ng katawang lupa na minsan ay kanyang kinatutuluyan. Ngayon, after 3 days, pag nakita niya na nabubulok-bulok na yung mukha ng patay na katawan, then the soul realizes, okay, so ito na talaga. I cannot go back. So according to them, 3 days after, the soul will leave. Finally, the body. Before, it was just hovering over it sa katawang lupa, hoping na makakapasok siya ulit. Pero ang bilang nila, kapag ka nagdi-disintegrate na yung katawan, tandaan niyo, wala pang embalsamador noon na ginagamit nila for this. At unti-unti yung katawang lupa ay nabubulok, then that's it. The soul will leave. Counting the days, 3 days. So, diretso natin. Kanina, binanggit na Lazarus was already in the tomb for 4 days. That means to say, kung ating kukunin yung kanilang paniniwala, 3 days yung kaluluwa mawawala na at iiwan ng katawang lupa, 4 days na. So what do you think? So you realize that the body of Lazarus is really dead. Patay na, nawala na ang kanyang kaluluwa. Ang bilang natin 4 days, ang bilang nila 3 days, nawawala na yung kaluluwa at iiwan ng katawan. That's why, let's continue with the story. When Martha heard that Jesus was coming, she went to meet him, but Mary sat at home. Napansin niyo, dalawang magkapatid dyan, narinig ni Martha, as usual, Martha was the active one. Natatandaan niyo kung anong ginagawa ni Martha noon, bisita nila si Jesus sa loob ng kanilang bahay. She was the one cooking inside the kitchen. Si Martha, she was there listening, si Mary, she was there listening to Jesus. Ngayon, sa oras ng kamatayan ng kanilang kapatid, at nailibing na, Martha was the first one to run towards Jesus. Si Mary, naiwan sa bahay. Maitatanong nyo, anong ginagawa ni Mary doon sa loob ng bahay? Itong ating binasa is a short reading. If you're going to read the longer reading, may mga kasama siya doon sa bahay. They, I would suppose, they are the co-mourners of Mary. Pero bago ako magpatuloy dyan, Martha said to Jesus, Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. Napapansin niyo ba ang damdamin ni Martha? Magkahalong tiwala, but at the same time, parang may kaunting disappointment. Sana man lang nakahabol kayo nung may sakit siya, di hindi sana siya namatay. So at the same time that she was like telling Jesus, ba't hindi ka kaagad nagpunta? And sinabi niya, nakagawa ka sana ng paraan. So she was actually trusting him to do something for the brother. Now, balik tayo dun kay Mary na nasa bahay. Ano pang ginagawa nila? Maraming mga manunulat at commentator ng Biblia ang nagsabi, actually, it looks like today what the Jews usually do kapag sila'y namatayan. There is a rite, a mourning rite called Shiv'ah. Shiv'ah in Hebrew means 7. And for 7 days, and that's 1 week, yung mga namatayan, they will be joined by their co-mourners, mga kapitbahay, mga kaibigan. And for 1 week, they will be mourning together in the house. Now, we are not sure whether that was also the practice during the time of Jesus. Pero if this image can help us imagine what was happening in the house of Martha and Mary seated there with all the others, then I would think they must be mourning in the way that yung mga Hudyo ngayon ay nangungulila at saka nalulungkot. In the celebration, or rather in the rites, grieving rite called Shiva. And then it continues. Kasi natandaan niyo sinabi ni Martha, sana kung naandito kayo, yung kapatid ko hindi namatay. And Jesus said, Martha, this is still Martha, even now I know that whatever you ask of God, God will give you. See the trust of the woman? But let's continue. Jesus said to her, your brother will rise. Alam niyang patay na for 4 days. Your brother will rise. And Martha said, I know he will rise in the resurrection on the last day. Now, yung mga Hudyo ng panahong iyon ni Jesus, andun na yung kanilang paniniwala na ang mga namatay, the righteous ones who died, they will rise. But they will rise on the last days. Hindi ngayon sa hinaharap. And what we have, therefore, is paniniwala ni Martha na paniniwala ng kanyang mga kababayan. Ang pagkabuhay na mag-uli sa huling araw. And we have that belief as well, isn't it? We always profess that. Yung ating belief sa resurrection of the dead on the last day. But Jesus continued, I am the resurrection and the life. Ngayon, ilagay niyo yung sarili kay Martha ulit. Alam ninyo, yung inyong kapatid, mabubuhay na mag-uli sa huling mga araw. At ngayon, nasa inyong harapan si Jesus at kanya sinabi, now look, ako ang muling pagkabuhay at ang buhay. Are you feeling already something even before we continue with the rest of the words of Jesus? O tingnan natin ngayon. Whoever believes in me, even if he dies, will live. And everyone who lives and believes in me will never die. Will never die? Do you believe this? Tandaan ninyo kung anong konteksto. Si Lazaro, patay. Kung sasagutin nyo ang tanong ni Jesus na, do you believe this? And you will say, yes. Pero may kasunod kayong tanong. Yung kapatid ko rin, naniniwala sa'yo Mahal mo nga bakit namatay? Now, resurrection and life. Let's look at it closely. Ayon sa isang mananaliksik ng Biblia, resurrection and life is actually referring to God's gift of new existence. Ang alam nating existence natin, itong sa buhay nating ito. Gumagalaw tayo, may katawan, and hopefully, kahit sa panahong ito, yung mga nakikinig sa akin ay malusog. Pagdasal natin yung mga kapatid nating nararatay sa banig ng karamdaman sa mga oras na ito. But our existence, as we know it now, is this one, the earthly one. But this resurrection and life is God's gift of something different than what we have right now. Ngayon, tingnan natin kung ano pa yung gustong sabihin at pakahulugan noong buhay na binabanggit ni Jesus. But I am going to pick it up from another one who studied the Bible in depth. Si Morrow, ang sabi niya, life itself, however, is not mere existence. It is, in its biblical understanding, always life with someone, I-underline ko yun. Life in the Bible is life with someone. And you guess, life is first and foremost life in the presence of, before the face of God. Life for them is living and staying with someone. First and foremost, God. So it is life with all those whom we love and all who love us. That's, according to Morrow, is the biblical understanding of life. Life with those whom we love and all who love us. Napuwersa tayo na manatili sa ating mga bahay sa mga panahong ito. Sabi ko, napuwersa. Talaga nga naman, kasi di ka makakalabas nang wala kang pass. At may curfew tayo. So, in a very real sense, we are forced to stay at home. And I suppose you are staying at home with the people whom you love. The people whom you have given your life and with whom you have stayed for years and many years. If I am going to pick up from what we have been discussing until now, then even if you have been staying with them in a quarantine in the past weeks, have you not experienced that in the biblical sense, this is also life? Because life is being with someone whom you love and who love you. Kaya my wish is this, na habang tayong lahat ay nasa ating mga bahay, hindi makalabas, kasama natin yung ating pamilya at ating mga minamahal sa buhay, that you will experience the biblical meaning of what life is. So tumingin kayo sa inyong kaliwa, at sa inyong kanan, sa inyong harapan. Kung katabi ninyo inyong mga mahal sa buhay na nag-aaral ng salitang ito, later on kapag sumimba kayo sa inyong mga tahanan, sa darating na linggo, o yung mga sumisimba sa inyo araw-araw, at katabi ninyo inyong mga mahal sa buhay, remember what we are studying right now. Life is with someone whom you love. So tingnan niyo ulit ang inyong mga mahal sa buhay na nakapaligid sa inyo, and tell yourself and feel what it means to tell yourself and to tell them, ito ang buhay ko. So let's continue. She said to him, "Yes, Lord, I have come to believe that you are the Christ, the Son of God, the one who is coming into the world." Naalala niyo kanina yung sinabi ni Jesus? Ang sakit ni Lazaro hindi mauuwi sa kamatayan, but for the glory of God and of the Son of God. Now here, Martha is saying and professing her faith. You are the Christ, the Son of God. So identified here in this text that Jesus will be glorified from the mouth of Martha. Pero hindi ko alam kung alam niya kung ano yung sinasabi niya about the Son of God being glorified. At kung natandaan niya, yung binanggit ni Jesus earlier on sa text. But at least we know that this is the faith of Martha. Jesus, the Christ, the Son of God. Actually, narinig na ninyo yan before. There was already someone who professed this. You are the Christ, the Son of the living God. Do you remember who? Bigyan ko kayo ng 3 seconds. Sino ang isa sa mga tauhan ng Biblia na nagsabi at nagprofess ng kanyang pananampalataya kay Jesus, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God? 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Sino yon? Naalala nyo? Matthew 16:16. Si Peter. Saan yan nangyari? Caesarea Philippi. At ang sabi ni Jesus, tanong niya sa kanyang mga alagad, "And you, who do you think that I am?" Peter was the one who said, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. And then, let's continue the story. He, that's Jesus, became perturbed and deeply troubled. Nilinyahan ko yung words na perturbed and deeply troubled. Pero diretso ko muna yung ating versikulo. Where have you laid him? They said to him, Sir, come and see. Sa English, yung dalawang words na aking nilinyahan is perturbed and deeply troubled. But I would like to concentrate on that word, perturbed. Ang ginamit na salita ni Juan sa Hebraiko tungkol diyan is very revealing and very instructive. Jesus was perturbed. We know the feeling of Jesus because the narrator told us what is inside his heart and in his soul. Alam natin kung ano ang kanyang nararamdaman. In the Bible, when the narrator tells you kung ano nasa loob ng isang tao, ang tawag doon ay inside view. Usually kasi, kung titingnan mo lang sa ordinaryong buhay, ang tao, well, more or less mahulaan nyo kung ano yung kanyang damdamin. Pero you could be wrong. Kung minsan mukhang masaya, pero sa totoo lang malungkot sa loob. Kung minsan naman makakakita kayo ng mga tao, ang saya-sayang tingnan, yun naman pala, naghihinagpis yung kalooban. You would not know in real life kung anong damdamin ng isang tao. But in the text, if the narrator says something about the feeling of a character, that's we are being given the chance na tumingin sa loob ng damdamin ng taong ito sa tinatawag na inside view ng mga gumagalaw na tauhan sa ating kwento. So we know what's inside the mind of Jesus and inside his heart. Perturbed. Pero there is a word that John used in order to describe this feeling. And this is the Greek word, embrimaomai. Sabay-sabay nga tayo. Embrimaomai. Ayos. Magaling na kayong mag-Griego kung nabasa nyo ng ganon. And embrimaomai means to snort, as in horses. Alam yung snorting sa Tagalog, yung parang sumisingal yung ewan ko, tama ba yun? Mukha naman baboy yung ginawa ko. Pero yung hindi halinghing ng kabayo yung parang sumisinghal nga yung ganyan. So in short, ang damdamin ni Jesus, it's not only that he was perturbed, he was angry, galit. At ano naman kayang ikinagalit ni Jesus? May patay na, nagagalit pa siya. Kung inyong tututukan ang pagbasa ng teksto at itinaramdaman din ng mga nagsasaliksik at patuloy na nag-aaral ng Biblia, siguro ang ating Panginoon ay medyo bagsak ang damdamin, naasar o nagalit, snorting like horse, kasi nahihirapan na siya sa kawalan ng pananampalataya ng mga taong naandun na kasama niya, na nakapaligid sa kanya. Di ba, kasasabi niya lang sa umpisa ng teksto na ating pagbasa, the sickness will not end in death. Tapos pagdating na doon, ito na yung si Martha, sana kung naandito ka, hindi namatay aking kapatid. Parang walang natandaan sa kanyang sinabi. So, the commentators are saying that Jesus was angry for lack of faith and confidence and trust sa kanyang pwedeng gawin ng ating Panginoon. And in fact, in John 11:33, ito yung parte ng longer reading. Pakita ko agad sa inyo kasi yung ating pagbasa naputol sa parting ito. May pinutol sa parting ito. When Jesus saw her, that's Mary, weeping, and the Jews who came with her also weeping, ayun, doon siya naasar, nag-iiyak ang mga ito. Bakit? Kasi siyempre, naunawaan nyo, namatay yung kanyang kapatid, yung kapatid ni Martha at ni Mary. Yung mga Hudyo nakisama sa iyakan. And if you will be there, anong inyong feeling din? Di mapapaiyak na rin kayo. Pero ulit, I am always going back to what Jesus said earlier. The illness will not end in death. Pero of course, hindi mo rin masisisi mga taong naando kasi sa totoo lang, 4 na araw na nasa loob ng libingan si Lazarus. So what is Jesus saying by this one will not end in death? So if you are going to take this story in sequence, something is not going on according to the script. And then we continue. And Jesus wept. So ngayon, nag-iiyakan ang mga Hudyo, nakasama ni Martha, umiiyak. Si Mary, umiiyak din. And then Jesus wept. Ito ang tanong ko, bakit pati siya napaiyak? Nakadamay ba rin ang ating Panginoong Hesus sa pag-iyak ni Maria, ni Martha at ng mga Hudyo? Parang ang labo yata nun ah. Di ba siya nga ang nagsabi, this illness will not end in death. Tapos umiyak siya. Hindi ba kayo nagtataka ron? Di ba alam niya at sinabi rin niya na I am the resurrection and the life? If you are a first-time reader of this story, you are now going to smell something. Ano kayang kasunod na gagawin ni Jesus? So ano yung iniiyak niya dyan? Ang sinabi ng teksto ay ito. So the Jews said, see how he loved him? So para bang ang basa ng mga nakatingin sa kanya, mahal na mahal talaga ni Jesus si Lazaro. Pati siya naiyak dahil patay na eh. Pero yun nga hindi ko ma-reconcile, mapagtugma na alam naman ni Jesus na hindi mauuwi sa kamatayan kung ano man nangyari kay Lazaro. Tapos iiyak siya? Ano iniiyak niya dyan? So parang kung aking pagbabalikan, yung kanyang kinainisan earlier, yung kawalan ng pananampalataya ng mga taong nakapaligid sa kanya, I would rather connect it with that feeling and emotion. Emotion of, ayaw naman sabing disappointment, pero I saw another, and I remember another scene in the Bible kung kailan si Jesus ay umiyak dahil sa kawalan din ng tiwala ng mga tao. Do you remember that? O sige, papaalala ko sa inyo. Si Jesus, papasok ng Jerusalem, and from afar, nakita niya ang Jerusalem from the Mount of Olives. Nung nakita niya, umiyak siya, at ang sinabi niya, oh, how I wish to gather you in the same way as the mother hen gathers her chicks. But you don't want. So yung kanyang iyak na yon ay iyak ng disappointment. So I'll pick that one up. And it will make sense if I'm going to see that Jesus was weeping here because of the lack of trust of those people around Him. Yan ang yan ang konteksto nakikita natin sa mga bersikulong ating binabasa. Miyak siya, not for anything, but because of the lack of trust of the people. And then, the story continues. Dito makikita nyo na parang they are trying to push Jesus and to remind Jesus of what seemingly he did not do earlier. Could not the one who opened the eyes of the blind man have done something so that this man would not have died? Sa makatwid, kung inyong itong isasalin sa Tagalog ay simple-simple lang. Kung sana siya naandito din, di sana namatay yung taong ito. Kaya niyang magpamulat ng bulag, di kakayanin ba niya na ang taong ito sana hindi namatay? There is, parang may kaunting paninisi sa mga sinasabi ng mga ito, ng mga tao tungkol kay Jesus. O kung kayo sa Jesus, hindi ba kayo maiiyak? Alam natin kung ano nangyari doon sa bulag na nakakita. Man born blind. Everyone was like asking him, yung bulag na nakakita, and all the others, ano nangyari dito sa taong ito? And so, they had asked the same question to Jesus or to themselves regarding Jesus. Sana naandito siya, kaya niyang magpamulat ng mga bulag, hindi ba niya kakayaning magpagaling ng may sakit? And the story continues. So Jesus, perturbed again, yun, lumabas na naman yung word na perturbed, which if I will remind you means nainis na naman siya, medyo sumama yung kanyang pakiramdam. Remember, we are seeing here and we are inside the context of death, kalungkutan, paninisi ng ibang tao, kawalan ng pananampalataya kay Jesus. Small wonder, he felt again that feeling of, wala ba kang tiwala sa akin? And he went to the tomb. And ang description is, parang pinakita ko sa inyo kanina, it was a cave and a stone lay across it. Hindi ko na uulitin kung ano itsura niyaan at kung paano ang libing noon dahil naipaliwanag ko na kanina. But let's continue with what Jesus is going to do now. Kung kayo nanonood ng sine at lalagyan niyo ng musika ang eksenang ito, actually pumapasok na tayo sa tinatawag na climax. Kasi may patay, may nagkasakit, namatay, dumating si Jesus, lahat nag-iiyakan. And people were asking kung naandito ka sana, hindi sana namatayan. And now Jesus said, take away the stone. Kung kayo ang director ng pelikula, lagyan nyo ng musika. Anong klaseng musika ang inyong ilalapat? Ako ganito. Dung 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 dung. Ayan. Suspense. Okay, yung aking musika mukhang Diyos. Pero yun nga yun pag lumalabas yung patenga at tumunog na yung tung 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 tung, alam nyo na may mangyayari. Ganun din dito. Take away the stone. Lagyan ko ng musika. Tung 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 tung. Ay, may mangyayari. Nahulaan nyo na kung ano? If you were a first time reading of this story, then you would say, oh my gosh, pinabukas ang libingan. Martha, humirit pa. The dead man's sister said, Lord, by now there will be a stench. Pinaalala pa sa kanya, 4 days ng patay. Naalala niyo yung explanation ko kanina tungkol sa kaluluwang aali-aligid sa kanyang katawan at pag nakita na niya na yung mukha naaagnas. And usually they say they counted 3 days, mawawala na siya. 4 days na. So alam nyo na kung ano, alam na nila what would be expected of the physical condition of the body of their dead brother. Naaagnas na, mabaho na, aalingasaw ang amoy pag binuksan yung takip ng libingan. Teka muna, naalala nyo ulit yung sinabi ni Jesus earlier? The illness will not end in death. Patay na to. So ngayon, pinapaalis ni Jesus yung bato sa libingan. What is going to happen next? Kasi si Martha, sabi niya, mabaho na po. So this is an example. There are so many of these first century tombs na nadiskubre nila sa Israel. Itong itsura ng libingan ng mga panong iyon, yun, nakita nyo na yung nakatakip na bato, round stone. Take it away. Mabigat yan. Minsan, may nakita akong round stone when I was in Israel, malapit doon sa tinutuluyan ko. Ako lang naandoon, dumating ako sa libingang iyon. I tried to move the round stone. Ako lang? Hindi kaya. Ang laki ang bigat. So I suppose when Jesus said, remove the stone, it will take more than 1 to 3 men to roll that one away. So, kung pagbabalikan natin yung aking illustration kanina, it should be something like that. Ayun, nakita nyo round stone. So, yung katawan ni Lazaro already covered in their traditional linen burial cloths, nandun sa loob. Kung naandun kayo at pinaalis ni Jesus yung round stone, anong feeling nyo? You would rather go with Martha, right? Mabantot na po. 4 days na na nasa loob. Jesus said to her, kay Martha, did I not tell you? Are you feeling now yung impatience ni Jesus? Kaya nga napapaiyak na siya. That if you believe, you will see the glory of God. I underlined it again. This sickness will not end in death, but with the glory of God. Naalala niyo yung Hebrew word kanina na sinabi ko na ang kanyang unang pangunahing kahulugan ay weight. Now you are going to see the weight, ang bigat ng Diyos. What is it? The kavod. Kaya sabi nila, so ano kaya ito na kanyang ipapakita ang karangalan ng Diyos? So they took away the stone. Notice, hindi lang isang tao ang nagtanggal ng bato sa bunganga ng libingan. And Jesus raised his eyes and said, Father, I thank you for hearing me. I know that you always hear me. Teka muna. So ngayon, nung tinanggal na yung bato, nagdasal siya. But remember, ng dasal ni Jesus is one of thanksgiving. Ang aking tanong is this. Before his prayer, may sinabi na ba si Jesus sa kanyang ama? Sagot? Wala. Nung natanggal na yung bato, doon niya sinabi, thank you for hearing me. Hearing, wala pa naman siyang sinabi. What meaning would you figure that one out dito sa ating pagbasa? I know that you always hear me. Tatapusin ko lang itong text. I have said this that they may believe that you sent me. If there is anything that is noteworthy to see and to think about, is this. When Jesus said, thank you for hearing me, is what one biblical commentator said and commented. Jesus is in constant communion with his Father, who always hears even the unspoken thoughts of his heart. I'd like to underline his suggestion. Even the unspoken thoughts of his heart. Paano ang kanyang ama naramdaman ang mga salita na hindi inusal ni Jesus? You understand that this is possible only if persons are in communion with each other. Bigyan ko kayo ng sample. Meron akong tinatawag na aking sworn brother. Itago natin siya sa pangalang lazy. Lazy kasi, yun din ang tawag niya sa sarili niya. Kami, we got used to each other telling stories about ourselves, sharing the deepest thoughts and minds and the feelings that we have, na at a certain point, we felt that we are one with each other. So much so, even if we are together with other people, pag tumingin siya sa akin at nakuha ko yung kanyang tingin, I would know immediately kung ano yung nasa loob ng kanyang puso without him uttering any words. And how is that even possible that I heard what he is thinking, what he is feeling, even without uttering any words? Simple. Communion. We have been feeling one with each other, so much so, unspoken words. Alam na niya pag galit ako, o masaya ako, o may gusto akong gawin, even without saying anything. So when Jesus appears there in front of the tomb, Father, thank you for hearing me. Yes, it tells us that Jesus is in communion and in union with his Father. No words uttered. Alam na ng Ama ang nasa puso ni Jesus. And we, as readers, are now waiting. Ano pa ang nasa loob ng puso ni Jesus? Kaya, the story continues. And when he had said this, he cried out in a loud voice for everyone to hear, Lazarus, come out. Tandaan ninyo ha, 4 days ng patay. Teka nga pala, nung kanilang tinanggal yung bato, di ba ang objection ni Martha, ay mabaho na po yan. Sa palagay nyo, nung nabuksan na yung bato, umalingasaw ba ang amoy? Di natin alam kasi wala namang binanggit. Pero mas matindi, ito. Sinabi ni Jesus, lumabas ka nga dyan, Lazaro. Now, you realize if you were outside the tomb, the only one inside the tomb must be Lazarus. And what would you think? Patay ng 4 na araw ang taong ito. Actually, 4 na araw na siya nasa loob ng libingan. At ngayon, pinapatayo ni Jesus, come out. If you were there, this would be the climax, the suspense of the story. Lalabas ba o hindi? Tandaan nyo, 4 days, nasa loob na siya ng libingan. And so, when Jesus commanded, it was very authoritative. At least yung feeling. 3 words lang, Lazarus, come out. Wala nang cheche-boreche. Sige, lumabas ka na dyan. And according to the story, the dead man came out, tied hand and foot with burial bands, and his face was wrapped in a cloth. Lumabas. And you expected that if you were there. Kung ano itsura niya is the traditional way of burying the dead. Wrapped in a cloth. Tayo mga Pilipino, alam lang natin, pinaglalagyan ng ataol ang patay. Ataol na kahoy. Ito hindi ganon. Binabalot nila sa mahabang tela. So Jesus said to them, untie him, let him go. Very clearly. Oh, ayan, nasa labas na, pakawalan nyo na. Iniisip ko, paano kaya nakatayo kung balot na balot? So, the artist's illustration tells us that Lazarus, when he walked out of the tomb, might be looking like this. Actually, today, even in Israel, they are burying their dead wrapped in a cloth. This is an example of that. So if I would see Lazarus, if I would imagine Lazarus today, then Lazarus must have walked out with the long cloth all over the body. Yun din naman ang description ng Biblia. Pero ito ang tanong, why did the Bible, or why did the narrator describe to us kung ano pa yung suot niya? I'm going to think about that. I thought about that, and I'm going to share it to you later on. So, imagine if you were inside the tomb and Lazarus was like commanded by Jesus to come out. And if you were inside, would you rather be there inside while Lazarus was rising? Para siyang horror film, kung inyong tutuusin, ang patay, tumayo. Now, ang tanong ko kanina, bakit kailangang isalarawan ng ating tagapagsalaysay kung ano pa yung suot ni Lazaro nung siya'y lumabas? And I am tempted to think of John 20:6-7. It says, Simon Peter came, following him, and went into the tomb. He saw the linen wrappings lying there and the cloth that had been on Jesus' head, not lying with the linen wrappings, but rolled up in a place by itself. My connection there is the cloth that was mentioned in the resurrection of Jesus, na wala ng katawan na iwan sa loob ng libingan, was mentioned also in the resuscitation of Lazarus? The cloth. May connection silang dalawa? May pinagkapareho at pinagkaiba? Well, at least yung pinagkapareho ay parehong ibinalot ang patay na katawan ni Lazaro at ang patay na katawan ni Jesus in a cloth. Ang pinagkaiba, you guess what? Si Lazaro bumangon. Nakabalot pa ang kanyang katawan sa linen cloth. Si Jesus bumangon, nakabalot pa sa kanya? Nope. Iniwan niya, naiwan doon sa kanyang puntod. Why the difference? Jesus raised Lazarus from the dead. Jesus raised up by his own. Maloney said, another biblical scholar and researcher, the physical transformation of the dead body of Lazarus to the risen Lazarus is not the main point of the story. Kahit nakamangha-mangha ang istoryang ito ni Lazarus, the point is not that. The point is this. Jesus' action has revealed the doxa to theou. Oh, that's a Greek phrase for the glory of God. Doxa, glory, to theou, of God. That is the point of the story from the beginning till end. Remember what he said earlier? This sickness will not end in death, but for the glory of God and of the Son of God. And that happened. At the end of the story, walang patay. Sapagkat yung namatay, binuhay. Now, many of the Jews who had come to Mary and seen what he had done began to believe in Him. Ito ang resulta ng istorya ng muling pagkabuhay, nung binuhay si Lazaro na ating Panginoong Jesus. Because of that, they realized this is the one whom God sent, Jesus. Because from Him comes out, with His words, with His command, life, resurrection. So, we are now being set and being thrown forward sa nalalapit nating pagdiriwang ng paghihirap, pagkamatay, at muling pagkabuhay ng ating Panginoon. The main themes of the story of Lazarus, of death, life, and resurrection. Malapit na ang Holy Week, and we are going to meet this theme coming out very powerfully in the life, in the passion, death, and resurrection of Jesus. Because we understand and we are going to remember, once again, this part of the life of our Lord Jesus. Muli, sasariwain natin ang kanyang paghirap at pagkamatay sa krus. And then we know what's going to happen. Ibabalot siyan ang kanyang patay na katawan, mabilisan, at ipapasok sa loob ng libingan. And then after that, this. Ito ang pinagkaiba niya kay Lazaro. Paglabas ni Lazaro, nakabalot ang katawan ni Lazaro sa linen, sa burial cloths. Si Jesus, nung namatay at nabuhay, doon naiwan yung kanyang burial cloths. Nasa loob ng libingan. Asan ang katawan? It seems as though if you're going back to the description of the linen cloth, how it was left there in order, ang aking feeling is, yung kanyang katawan, lumusot lang doon sa tela. So naiwan doon as it is. This is the end of the story of Jesus. Well, actually, that's not the end. It continues in the life of the church. But at least in the earthly life of the Lord Jesus Christ, passion, death, resurrection, and His glorification in heaven. All of this we are going to see some days from now. We are going to celebrate kahit sa loob na inyong mga bahay ang tungkol sa mga misteryong ito ng ating Panginoon. Mahigit na isang oras ang ating pag-aaral dito. Baka kayo naiinip na rin dyan. Kaya ngayon, ating pagbalik-aralan ang isang oras na ito ng ating pagbabahaginan sa pamamagitan ng tanong na ito. Simpleng-simple lang. Ayon sa paniniwala ng mga Hudyo, ilang araw bago lisanin ng kaluluwa ng isang namatay ang puntod ng kanyang katawang lupa. Para sa mga nakikinig ngayon, kung alam nyo ang sagot sa katanungang ito, maaaring pakitext lamang ang inyong sagot sa numero na inyong nakikita sa screen. Ulit, ang mga unang tamang sagot na lalabas sa numerong ito, siya ang ating bibigyan ng isang natatanging sorpresa pagka natapos ang ating quarantine. Muli, kung alam niyo ang sagot sa tanong na ito, ipadala lamang sa numerong inyong nakikita. And for the rest, I'm going to leave you with the following questions for reflections. How do I live my life to give glory to God? Binanggit ni Jesus, ang aking gagawin ay para sa karangalan at kabigatan ng Ama at ng Diyos. How are you doing that? Jesus raised a dead man. And you? And me? How could it be? Or how would I express that? Ikalawang tanong, what do I remember most every time I hear Lazarus' story of coming back to life? Para sa mga malimit sa simbahan at nagbabasa ng Biblia, alam na nila yung istoryang ito. Pero ano kaagad ang inyong naalaala kapag pinagbabalikan nyo ang istoryang ito? Yung kanyang pagkabuhay? Yung kapangyarihan ni Jesus? Ano kaya? At ang pangatlo, is there any tomb Jesus is ordering me to come out from? Hindi ko na kailangang hintayin yung kamatayan ko pa, yung aking physical na kamatayan. Every day, Jesus is just like looking at us and telling me, come out. Tomb, maybe the tomb of despair, tomb of loneliness, of self-pity. Ano ba yung mga pangyayari sa buhay ko na hanggang ngayon nagpapabaon at nagpapalibing pa sa akin, stopping me from enjoying life as it is? Ano yung libingang iyon that Jesus would like to command me to come out from? Come out from that place and enjoy life that God is going to give you. At the end, I'm going to leave you the words of Pope Francis. Sana ito'y maalaala natin kung saan tayo naandoon, lalo na sa mga oras na ito. Genuine love is demanding, but its beauty lies precisely in the demands it makes. Ngayon, sabay-sabay natin pasalamatan ng ating Panginoon sa pagdarasal ng Ama namin sa pagbibigay sa atin ng isang oras na ito ng pag-aaral ng Kanyang salita. Sabayan niyo po ako. Ama namin, sumasalangit ka, sambahin ang ngalan mo. Mapasa amin ang kaharian mo, sundin ang loob mo dito sa lupa para nang sa langit. Bigyan mo kami ngayon ng aming kakanin sa araw-araw. Patawarin mo kami sa aming mga sala para ng pagpapatawad namin sa nagkakasala sa amin. At huwag mo kaming ipahintulot sa tukso at iadya mo kami sa lahat ng masama. Amen. Sumayin niyo ang Panginoon at pagpalain kayong lahat ng mga pangyarihang Diyos, Ama, Anak, at Espiritu Santo. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikinig hanggang sa susunod nating pag-aaral ng salita ng Diyos. Stay healthy, keep safe. God bless you, and good night.